barakatuh. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to Step by Step English. Thank you so much for joining this lesson today. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment to stay connected to support this channel. Now, today we will handle pronouns. We will understand what are pronouns and how we can effectively use them in sentences in our daily life. By the end of this lesson, every student should be able to identify and use different types of pronouns, apply pronouns correctly in sentences. And these are some of the pronouns we are going to handle. So let's get started. So we have personal pronouns, possessive pronouns, reflex pronouns, reciprocal pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, indefinite pronouns, relative pronouns, and interrogative pronoun. Now let's start with personal pronouns. Now personal pronouns refer to specific people or things. They can be subject or object in a sentence. Let's look at these examples. I enjoy reading novels. They went to the market. The teacher called us after class. Personal pronouns make sentences less repetitive and more fluent. In most cases, in sentences, they act as the subject or the object. Now, when we talk about personal pronouns, we have the first person, second person, and the third person. First person is the person talking or the speaker. The second person is the person spoken to, and the third person is the person spoken about. Let me give an example. For example, we are talking, maybe two people are talking, maybe they are discussing their favorite football team, and then the person who is talking or speaking becomes the first person. The second person who is listening to the speaker becomes the second person. And if they want to talk about their friend who is sitting somewhere mm, close or nearby, then that person becomes the third person. So if you look at these examples, we are saying first person refers to the speaker. Pronouns we use in the first person are I, we, me, us, my, our. So as you can see, we have singular and plural. And the second person, uh, when you say, for example, you are learning, you, the pronoun we use is you always. You is used in both singular and plural. And then the third person is someone or the person being spoken about. If two of us are talking, what we are talking about, the person we are talking about is what we are calling the third person. And the pronouns we use are he, she, it, they, him, her, them, his, hers, and their. So that is personal pronouns. Personal pronouns are the first, second, and third persons. And I said the first person is the speaker, second, the person spoken to, and third, the person being spoken about. Now let's look at possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns show who owns something. They replace nouns to avoid repetition. So in simple terms, possessive pronouns show possession, something that belongs to someone or what belongs to who. Like when you say the book is mine, the red bag is hers, the decision is theirs. You see, possessive pronoun shows something that belongs to someone, possession. If you say, whose book is this? It is mine. Whose bag is this? It is hers. Whose decision it is? Say it is theirs. Possessive pronouns do not use apostrophe. So we will go to pronouns that use apostrophe, but possessive pronouns do not use apostrophe. They are just written like that. They show possession, what belongs to someone. Now, let's look at these examples. Mine. The pen on the desk is mine. That's, you know, singular. Ours. The victory was ours. And then yours is this notebook. Yours. These are good examples that show possession pronouns showing possession, what belongs to someone. So possessive pronouns show ownership without repeating the noun. You see now, the pen on the desk is mine. You will not say the pen on the desk is my pen. You see, we are avoiding repetition. We are avoiding repeating the noun. They replace nouns that have already been mentioned. They replace nouns that already have been mentioned. And then uh, unlike possessive adjectives, they stand alone and are not followed by a noun. You see now, look at this. The pen on the desk is mine. That blue packbag is hers. They are not followed by a noun, unlike possessive adjectives. So possessive pronouns show us what belongs to someone. Okay, now reflex pronouns. Pronouns refer back to the subject of the sentences, emphasizing that the subject and the object are the same. Okay, let's look at these examples. Reflex. She prepared herself for the exam. She prepared herself for the exam. We did it ourselves. The cat cleaned itself. So if you look at this, she prepared herself for the exam. This is a reflexive pronoun referring back to she. We did it ourselves. This is a reflex pronoun referring back to the noun we or the subject. The cat cleaned itself. This is a reflexive pronoun referring back to the subject, the cat itself, ourselves. You know, the answers to this question: herself, she; ourselves, we; itself, the cat. And they end in self or in selves when they're in plural. Okay, if you look at this, we have I I had myself. That's an individual, singular. They enjoyed themselves. Talking about many people, themselves. And then you should try yourself. You should try yourself. Now let's look at demonstrative pronouns. From the picture, you can see here someone is demonstrating something with his hand. Here, there. You see? So demonstrative pronouns point to specific things or people. They show whether the object is near or far in the space or time. Let's say let's look at this example. This is my favorite song. This, those, and then that. So we use these, and these for things near. This is singular, this is plural. That and those for things that are far. So you should understand that when you're talking about demonstrative pronouns, we use them to demonstrate, to show whether the object is near or far in space or time. And we use these and these for near things, that and those for far. Okay? Like here we have an example of this boy. You want to eat, you want to have I think an apple, and he says this tastes delicious. This because it's close to him, it's near to him. Those belong to the library. Those belong to the library. There are many books here. Interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns are used to ask questions about people or things. To interrogate is to ask questions. If someone tells you Abdi is being interrogated by the police, means that being asked questions by the police. To interrogate is to ask questions. Look at this example. Who is at the door? Whose bag is this? Which is your seat? What happened here? Whom did you meet? They help gather specific information. We are interrogating, we're asking question who, whose, which, what, whom. It's all about asking questions. Interrogative pronoun, they interrogate, they ask questions about the subject or the things we are talking about in the sentence about people and things. Okay. Uh, let's look at relative pronouns. Relative pronouns connect clauses or phrases to a noun or pronoun. They add extra information about the subject. Let's look at these examples. The girl won the race is my friend. The girl who won the race is my friend. The house that Jack built is old. The book which is on the table is new. They make sentences richer and more informative. Now, relative pronouns, they connect clauses or part of sentences or phrases to a noun or a pronoun. You see, the girl, that is the noun, and then it connects the noun to won the rest in the other part of the sentences. You see now, they connect the sentences. The book gives more explanation, which on the table gives specific information about the book, which book. So they make sentences richer and more informative. Now we also have indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns refer to people or things in a non-specific or general way. So they do not name a particular person, thing, or place. When you say someone, we are not referring to a specific person. When you say nothing, we are not referring to something. Many, we are general. Now, indefinite pronouns can refer to singular, plural, or both. So if you say everyone, anybody, each, much, those are singular. But when you say few, several, both, many, we are talking about plural. Singular or plural depending on the context. Sometimes none, some, all, and some common examples are everyone, few, some, everything, anyone, everybody. Now we use indefinite pronouns in sentences. For example, somebody left their bag in the classroom. Somebody. We don't know who. Few have completed the assignment. The number of students who have completed the assignment. Okay, small number. Is there anything I can help you with? Anything, not specific. Maybe can I help you carry your bag? Maybe can I help you get maybe a glass of water? Anything means we are we are not referring to people or things uh, in a specific way. We are non-specific. We use them in a general way. Now, pronouns are very important. Why pronouns are very important? Because they replace nouns to avoid repetition in sentences. They clarify who and what is being discussed. They make writing and speech more concise and engaging. And they also help us express ownership, ask questions, and connect ideas. So mastering pronouns will improve both your spoken and written English. And it's very important you watch this video, you understand.